after Thanksgiving break. Maybe we need to just start putting them joints in there anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's a holiday coming up, I don't know, man. I we let the fans decide that.
That was Danny's fault, man.
Yeah,
I just want to point
he
out it was
spurred it
Danny's
on.
fault. Yeah.
He spurred it on.
Danny wasn't ready, or he decided last minute he wasn't going to do it. So
I couldn't make it. I don't remember what was going on, but I couldn't. I knew I was going to be
You
either.
had to go pick Kendra up.
Yeah, that's right. Kendra had to work. That's right. Kendra had to work, and I was like,
but yeah, so we're back for another episode 117. We would be on 118, but we skipped the show last week because of the holiday.
We should be on 125 at this point.
Jesus Christ.
We skipped a lot.
We didn't miss that many.
Me and Kyron at 99, but we're not doing any until next year. So
I think we skipped
100 to start off next year.
I think we skipped maybe 3
in total.
Yeah,
no way. Ain't no way we just skipped just 3. Ain't no way.
Plenty.
We skipped plenty. At least 10.
Nah, bro.
At least 10.
It's definitely over 5. It's definitely over 5.
Over 5.
I don't know if it's 10, but it's definitely more than 5. It's between 5 and 10, I think.
I don't believe that, bro. But anyway, we back. We've been skipping like that. Danny's fault.
Hey, did y'all put my win? I had like 2 wins.
No, you didn't.
Last week. How you win?
No, I had a win when the week I wasn't on. There was a week I wasn't on.
I don't believe that, bro.
You won the week that you weren't on?
I won the week before I was on. The week before I was off, I won.
Making that up, bro. I'm pretty sure it wins on here. Then I would have not put it up here. Last week it was a tie. So
I think nobody should get it since it was just the 2 of y'all. Like nobody should get the win.
No, I'm talking about the last. No, you were on this list.
I wasn't on the one last week.
Anytime
you're on there now. That
I was not on the week that week.
That poll is still up.
Anytime we've done that previously, both people get the point.
Yeah,
when it was 3 of us, not when it was just 2.
No, it was 4 of us. Me, you, Danny, and Mike. That poll is up right now.
Oh, that one. Wait, no.
That's
Who
on
won
the 14th.
That one? Everybody tied?
Me and you tied.
Oh, I thought you was talking about the one with you and Danny.
So now you want the point. Now.
Yeah,
I just said it.
I know, right?
Now you want the point, huh?
I said if it was just 2 of us. I just said if it was
ain't no point for you now, nigga.
No worries. Better put my point on it. Don't you play with me.
Ain't no point now.
Call an audit on this mug.
All right. So I just added for both of us for last week.
I should have I better make sure I got my other one on there.
Man, you got it. Shut up.
I'm just saying, man.
Hey, I'm coming for y'all neck in 2024. I'm about to take the lead.
You ain't even at our ankles, man. You better coming for the neck.
Yeah. So the official,
you better reach for the knees.
I'm about to do a LeBron 3-1 comeback on y'all next year.
The official count is
only way you get it is if 2 of us are off that week.
Yeah.
It's just
the official count as it stands right now is 28 for me, 26 for Javon, and 14 for Danny.
God, dog, I got 14? That's
14.
crazy.
14, okay.
I'd be under 10.
Hey, I think I helped you out on one of them.
I'm coming for y'all, bro. Don't even worry about it.
I ain't worried about that.
Oh no, the one I missed, I was the only person to vote for Danny.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I was the only person to vote. Oh man. Oh.
How was Thanksgiving for y'all brothers?
It was good for me. I had a weird. It wasn't weird. I guess it'd be weird for some people, but I had baby girl came home. I was very happy. I got to spend it with baby girl. She was at home. She came over for Thanksgiving, and I was thinking about going to the movies to go see that new Thanksgiving movie, but I hadn't made my mind up yet. So I was talking to somebody, about going with me. I'm not gonna say names because I don't know if they want me to put their name out there. And
hey, happy birthday, Nas.
Is Nas's birthday?
Nah, Sean said his son Nas' birthday.
Oh, word! Happy birthday, Sean's baby boy. What's good, Paige? Dag, I didn't even pull the comments up. But anyway, so I was thinking about going to the movies. Then baby girl said her and her friend were thinking about going to the movies. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. What y'all think about going to see? And she was like, Thanksgiving. I said, yo, I think I'm going to see that too. And long story short, me and baby girl end up in the same movie. Her and her friend. Now her friend wasn't a boyfriend. It was it was one of her female friends. For me, I was with you know somebody I've been talking to, dating for a while. So it was awkward. It was awkward for me. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, I mean, I don't care.
For me,
Hey, I was
Danny,
like,
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
literally.
let
I
me
thought,
know.
all the
I
time.
thought you were gonna say it was the other way around. Like she was there with her boyfriend. I was gonna say I done that too. Kendra,
No.
Kendra's got a little boyfriend now.
Nah, I'm
And
not stalking you like that, bro.
Do you show him the shotgun, Danny?
nah. But I have to drive him home. So I got PTSD. I could just give him one of them real quick.
Shoot, stop short and smack him. Oh, my
Let him
bad.
know. Oh, my bad, man. I didn't even. My bad.
Oh,
I'm
damn.
sorry.
Oh, sorry, man.
I
Oh,
need to
my
see
bad.
you, cuz. My
I
bad,
didn't
cuz.
see you.
Nah, he's a good kid though.
Man.
As far as the young whippersnappers go, he's all right. So
Hey, this was my first Thanksgiving that I went out to eat.
Really?
Never been out. Yeah, this is when I say went out, like
What
to
made
like
y'all?
a
What made
restaurant.
y'all not cook this time?
My wife didn't want to cook.
That's enough.
We were
That's enough.
we were gonna like I said, it was me and my friend and his fiance. The men took charge of Thanksgiving.
That
But
sounds
y'all
great.
didn't cook.
Nah, because it was almost a last minute, like, because
y'all
my
didn't
wife
cook.
didn't cook, his fiance didn't want to cook, so we were just like, all right, we were gonna actually like get catering, but we didn't figure this all out until Monday, and every place that we could order from like was closed, and then they didn't open until Wednesday. We wasn't sure if they were going to, be able to accommodate us. So, my boy had this place, this hotel restaurant. It's very, very Caucasoid food. So there's no soul food, no mac and cheese, no greens, no candy yams. But it was good though. It was good food though. It was good turkey. I had turkey, mashed potatoes, carrots and string beans, some cranberry sauce, and something else. But it was still good food, man. Still good food.
Okay. Danny?
I don't know if I do it again.
Man, this is one of my me and my wife were talking. We literally had just our family. So you know Morgan, but my dad had hip surgery, so he was laid up at the house. So Tiana decided, she just wanted to cook for the family. She spent all Wednesday cooking. Put together the killer spread. So, but it was just the six of us at the house. We took my dad and my mom time to eat over there because they couldn't go nowhere with him just having hip surgery. So we went and dropped them off some food. Talked to them for a little bit, but we just sat at the house, played spades with the kids, played this game Chameleon. Played some board games and just talked and ate all day, man. And it was. Didn't have to worry about nobody coming to the house, nobody cleaning up after nobody.
And the
None of
best
that.
kind.
That was
the best kind.
it was solid, man. I was like, hey, we should try to do this next year, but it
Them
probably
the
won't
best kind, man. Them the best kind of
probably
Thanksgiving.
won't happen. For sure.
Now we decided we gonna go to my grandma. We're gonna try and go to my grandmother's house next year. Take my so we'll be in Ohio again. So we gonna try and do that because we did it last year, and man, that food was slamming. And I was like, and even I think Junior was like, I gotta go see grandma. I was like, man, we should have saw grandma this year, but them flights was killing us.
Bruh, flights, bro. That's one thing I miss about Tiana working for American Airlines. You got them flight benefits. These joints crazy right now.
Now, are y'all trying to do FSK next year?
Absolutely.
Next year, yeah, for sure.
All right, we got to try and work something
I might
out.
get my tickets now.
What'd you say?
Get my tickets right now. Might have to get my plane tickets right now so they
Real
I
cheap.
know,
talk.
man. I know.
Them $90 flights.
All right, so last week we were set to do this list, which is top 5 underrated movies. It was actually I asked Mike. I probably forgot to. I asked him last week, but he didn't respond, so he might be busy. But it was actually an idea Mike had, which I think overall he's kind of thinking about. Mason's asking if you're coming back for FSK next year, Javon.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I got to make the money work. You know what I'm talking about, but I got to make the money work. I got to make the money work.
But yeah, so we were supposed to do this topic last week, and I think in his mind, like he explained it, it's kind of like movies that are good, but like they don't get the flowers they deserve. You like, in your opinion, they don't get the flowers they deserve. You know what I'm saying? And so when I did my list, it was hard for me to parse this out because there's two ways you could think about it. Like you can think about it as like really niche movies. You know what I'm saying? Like you can think about it as really niche movies, and those are the ones that you're shooting for. You can think about it as movies like that, even if they do have some praise to them, it's not nearly the praise it deserves. You know what I'm saying? And I lean more into the latter than the former. So, yeah. I know what your number one is going to be.
All Disney. You can't have it as an underrated film, though. Like that doesn't make sense. It is considered a classic. I'm just saying, it's considered a classic film. If it's considered a classic, it's not underrated then.
Not by enough people.
Yeah, that's all. No, but I'm saying that to me, I thought I was thinking similarly because there are some films that get praise, but in your mind, it's like, nah, it should get way more praise than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stop it. That movie gets all the praise. It is one of every
What's good, William?
person's favorite films. Come on now, stop.
What's good, bro?
I disagree. I don't know
what.
Listen, I know I rated higher than all other black.
Yeah,
folks.
but it's not like black people don't like that film though. Like people quote that film. People do everything with that film.
They like it.
So
they don't love it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that it's underrated though. If you like something, that don't mean it's underrated. Like my films, I could tell you, like y'all might not even know my films. That's how underrated they are. That's what I'm saying.
It'll be a fun list. Good to talk about.
So what y'all want to get in first, man? Morgan up there making his list right now.
No, I'm not. I'm responding to some nonsense.
Morgan over here Googling films right now.
Whatever, bro. I told you. Now my 5. I'm excited to get into my 5 because I decided to keep it all. You'll see. I don't want to anyway. All right. So I will start with the Diddy thing. Only because even more chips fell today, you know, with him stepping down as chairman of Revolt.
A bunch of stuff happened with Diddy, though. Like a lot of people are disassociating themselves with this dude.
I look, I'm not one to pile on, especially over allegations. And since we didn't see this go to court, I will say the Cassie one. that joint seemed tough.
Listen, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that if you give a, what do you call it? If you settle, you guilty. But I've never seen a settlement so damn fast in my life.
I'm telling you.
Less than 24 hours from
cut the check so damn fast.
Especially coming from Diddy. That's the part that gets me. Now, if this was like, I don't know, like I'm trying to think of somebody that doesn't have Diddy's reputation. Diddy is known for fighting to the bitter end and holding grudges. He ain't on 50's level of holding grudges, but
nobody hold grudges like 50.
No, don't know. Ain't nobody as petty as 50.
One nigga.
Not one. Ain't there nigga. Like 50 is the king of petty, without question. Definitely get that man a crown. I don't know Diddy to be petty as much as he is just he has a reputation for being how he is, being who he gonna be, and he gonna stick to his guns. So for that, I mean, less than 24 hours, my guy was like, hey, send that. I was like, God almighty. And the only thing I read, now there were some people that read all of the, again, I want to make it clear again because when people do this.
I read some of it.
Allegations. Okay, so I'm not saying this stuff is fact because it's an allegation. It didn't get adjudicated in court, so I'm not getting ready to, go at people, and make this stuff fact. I'm just talking about what was in there. And one of the things that I read was about it's not funny.
Why are you laughing?
I know.
You laughing though?
Hold on.
He's like, it's not funny.
the thing about Kid Cudi.
Oh,
Cudi, bro.
Hey, listen,
I don't know the name.
Kid Cudi. And I'm from what I read.
Damn, Mason.
Dang, Mason. From what I read, there was an allegation that Diddy was very jealous of a Cudi and threatened to blow his car up. And if I remember correctly, that document say he did blow his car up. I said, nigga.
What I saw was that Kid Cudi corroborated the claims. He said the night after that, his car blew up in the driveway.
That's what I read.
And I said,
I just want to make sure I wasn't the only one.
But this was also like a couple weeks after the dude said that Diddy was the one who paid for.
Yeah, I saw that.
To get Tupac killed, right?
Yeah, people have been saying that for literally since it happened, though.
Dude,
I didn't know
that stuff that had to like Cassie though. The stuff that is in the document that what he did to Cassie, man.
Every bit of that stuff is despicable.
I see. I'm glad I didn't read that. I didn't want to go through it. I didn't want to.
It don't paint him in a great light. Let's just say that. Like,
see, but the part that bothered me most, I was talking with my best friends about this on the thread that we got. The part that bothers me most is because I can't say, of course, I don't know him at all, and I have a lot of respect for Diddy and what he's done and the empire that he's built, the giving back that he's done, stuff like that. I definitely do, but I will say because of his reputation, when the story came out, I don't think it was that hard for people to believe that he could have done that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And that's always the hard part.
Right. Y'all didn't watch Making the Band?
Yeah.
Yo, when he had them singing at each other, they were singing End of the Road to
the moment that always gets everybody and everybody remembers is making them walk to go get that freaking cheesecake.
No, but that
nobody forgets that.
Dude, when he had when they was singing to each other, he was like, singing to him, make him feel like they were singing like love songs. There's a bunch of men. Hey, listen, there's nothing wrong with that, but these were a bunch of, I'm assuming, heterosexual men. He was making them sing love songs to each other.
Another thing that stuck out for me is the album that he just put out that I like, by the way, very much. At the end of one of my favorite songs on the album, I can't remember what the name of it is right now. I'm about to look it up actually, because that way I can tell you so y'all can go listen. He did a song, and at the end of that song, he says, I hate it. I hate that I can't get it out of my head. But as soon as the allegations came out, that's the first thing that came to my head. At the end of the song ends, and he says, it's like playing a sound like he's drinking a drink and he's rolling like ice around his mouth. He says, how that new boo treating you? And then she says, what new boo? And he said, good answer. Good answer. It should go it could go quick. He said, good answer. Good answer. It could go bad real quick. Blah, 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 blah. And then the song ends. And I said, this nigga did it. Like as soon as the allegations came out, I said, dang, I literally heard that whole line in my head. I said, I can't unhear that now. Because even when I listen to the song, every time I listen to that song, I hate that part. You know what I'm saying? But then when the allegations came, I said, this nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't saying he did it.
I'm about to find his name.
I ain't saying he did do it.
Homecoming.
I'm just saying that some of the clips that come out in retrospect look hilarious. Like the one where he was talking to What was he talking to? He was talking to some. He was doing an interview with Kevin Hart. It was Kevin Hart, him, and Usher. And Diddy was talking about how like he's like, yeah, you know, when we was younger, me and Usher used to wake up together and used to do that. And Kevin, at the end of the interview, Kevin was like, "What the hell did I just hear?"
Yeah,
I was rolling.
but he's got mad like so. Jess, you know, Jess Hilarious. She was doing Jess with the Mess this week, and she did a compilation of weird moments like that where Diddy said something that was sus, and like he be calling dude's daddy 50. And there's a hilarious one where 50's talking about like a time that they were chilling or something like that, and 50's you know he petty, bro. 50 was like, man, we was talking, he was like, and they were talking and going back and forth, and he was like, bro, when we get back up, you know what I'm saying, to go chill, man, you know what I'm saying, you seem like you've been avoiding me, whatever. And then 50 was like, hey man, you know what I'm saying, it's whatever. And then he was like he said, then he was like, hey man, it's whatever, we could just go shopping, you know what I'm saying, I'll pay for it. And 50 said
Yeah, man.
50 said he stopped. 50 said he stopped. He was like, did this nigga just say he gonna take this?
He took you on the shop. Hey man, sometimes you gotta take your man's on the shopping spree.
Yo, I could not stop laughing. Cause you know 50.
Dude, 50 got like 5 or 6 clips on his Instagram right now, and then he's slapping dudes' asses, man. He on stage, yo. That's just hilarious, man.
Yo, that crap had me crying, yo. Cause you know 50 sauced it, so it sounded like really bad, bro.
I ain't saying nothing about these allegations. I don't know. None. I'm here for the jokes.
Right? Hey, I want the best for everybody involved.
Jokes, for sure.
Strictly for the jokes.
I'm trying to get to the part of this song so y'all can hear it. Hold on. I'm gonna play it.
Man. What's up, Nadia? How you doing? Hey man, I'm trying to get my stuff right for Heroes Con again, man. I think the missus might be coming with me this time.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Hold on, here you go.
Make it a family vacation.
Say it like that.
Yeah, so the shit could go bad real quick since we off the grid though.
I was like, yo, you can't say that. Now every time I think about them allegations, I hear that. Every time. Hey, good answer. It could go bad real quick. Nigga, they got you. Come on, man. I don't even want to talk about it no more, bro. That crap is depressing. I hope that all of the allegations are false. What's good, Brevin? What's good, bro? I hope all of the allegations are false, and I hope the best for all parties involved. That's all I can give you. Hey, Beverly, how you doing?
Hey, y'all want to talk about? So the other topic was
we got to talk about the Marvels at some point. But go ahead.
Wait, what?
I've had unlimited drama over the Marvels.
Go ahead, man. Go off.
No. You go first.
No, I was gonna say, there was a lot of conversations about like how people would save the comic book industry, man.
What?
Yeah. Like there was a lot of how people could save the comic book industry.
Oh yeah, you go off. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a lot of people who seemed to think that like, well, again, I take issue with this idea that the comic book industry needs to be saved. There's a lot of people have a very negative like perspective on what the industry looks like right now. And there's a lot of people who just in general like, oh, sales are down. You see it all the time. I'm not going to call names out, but there's at least 2 or 3 people I know on Facebook who every single day, like clockwork, are talking about like comics are going bad, manga's taking over, yada yada yada, MCU is going bad, everything. Just literally like Tepper.
I'm trying to stay away from it, Brevin. Please don't remind me.
I don't know what happened with Tepper.
Go ahead. I just let's not. Let's just not.
I'm late to the party. Was there something that happened today?
Let's just keep
Just tell me
going.
when it happened though.
Just
They
stay
firing everybody.
stay on track. Stay on track. Stay
They
on
firing
track.
Oh,
everybody.
Tepper.
Stay on track.
I
Stay
know we
on
can
track.
talk.
Stay
We
on
can talk
track.
about that. But yeah, I just thought it was. I think it's funny, man, because I kind of get annoyed with that. Especially when people who claim that manga's taking over the industry, when they don't even realize like most of the manga we see now is like the most popular manga in America is the most popular manga. There's a ton of manga that ain't good, that ain't selling in Japan and in China and
Flip
Korea.
phone. Flip phone.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely not bringing over the second, and they bringing over the top tier stuff.
Right, like we getting a
The stuff
drop in the
that's
bucket.
already most of the stuff that most of the manga that's out is stuff that's already either in being animated or already,
Right, that's been done.
it's cross like it has the crossover appeal. Like, you know what I'm saying? But manga is dope though. But I don't think that's competition for comics. Um
I mean,
I don't think manga readers are comic readers. I mean, there are some manga readers that are comic readers, but I think it's a different audience.
You think so?
Yeah, my kids are not comic book readers. They like Kendra and Stephanie read manga. DJ reads comic books. And they might dibble and dabble between the other two, but they have specific things that they like. And I read comic books. I don't read manga. Like, I'm gonna read a couple. Like, I'm gonna get through My Hero Academia because I just like the story. But I don't really read manga. Me and DJ read comic books, and that's how we. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, floppies are not. I don't think floppies are as extinct as people like to believe they are. I just don't. Especially for the indie industry, because the indie industry can't exist without floppies, in my opinion. Like they help bring money in so that you can keep doing it. Like if you as an indie dude is only putting out like 100-page graphic novels over and over again, that's a hard thing. That's an expensive endeavor. That's expensive as hell.
it depends on it depends on. I don't disagree with you. I think it would depend on what you can garner on social media. Like when you do it on Kickstarter, Patreon, whatever it is you're doing.
Marvel's not selling them for
Yeah,
$10.
I see. We indie people are selling them for $10.
Indies have to.
That's different though.
We
That's
undersold
not,
our
that
stuff
doesn't
for a
mean that
long time, bro.
Sure
Like
enough.
that doesn't mean that floppies are dying because indies are selling for $10. I mean,
that's just
we have
price efficient.
we have to do that. We
Yeah,
have to do that.
it costs.
Now if Marvel and DC were having to sell them for
Nah, we in
$10,
trouble then.
still floppies for $10, then that's a
We in
problem.
trouble then.
What up, Ryan?
But they're not. They're still $3-4.
Yeah, they ain't got no reason to increase their price. I mean, they could get away with it, but
Yes, Jay, manga are comics. I don't know why people keep trying to make this stupid distinction between the two. It's annoying as hell.
yeah,
It's not true.
They're selling Marvel and DC $6 and $8. They're probably they're not 20 pages. I doubt that they're 20-page Marvel comics being sold for $6 and $8.
Beverly Floppy
He talking about like
means
special.
Yeah, you talking about crossovers.
Beverly Floppy just means a single issue of a comic. It means like one issue of a comic.
Yeah, like 20 to 28 pages.
Yeah. Most folks saying don't even read comments; they just go online and hear this crap and believe it.
That's true.
But I think the distinction between the two is that most comic books are colored though. Like they're fully covered and they are, you know,
Absolutely, Beverly.
like the floppies are a big distinction because even though a manga is like still a piece of a story that's a part of a larger story, like you get more pages, but you get less quality.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, not less
No,
quality,
you're
not
right.
less quality,
You are
but it's not. It's not colored. It's not colored, and it's a cheaper product. Like you trade in the quality for the more content, I guess, for the thicker books.
And
So
then you look at the fact that the standard for American art is so much higher than it is for manga art. Like it's hard to get away with what they do in manga art and American art. Like it's real hard. It's real hard.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that.
Issues with the industry, though, as much as we love Western comics, it's crazy to think there aren't issues with. I'm not saying there aren't issues, but I think it's how do I put this? I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. That's just my opinion. Because
as far as what are the issues? Because I don't. The issues, the distribution and all that. Is that what you're talking about, or are you talking about the like?
No, there are people who genuinely believe comics are dying. Western comics are dying.
Have they not been to comic book stores? Because
that's the thing. They're saying because comic book stores. Again, I made this post earlier. Like you can't talk about like if you believe that. Hold on, he said it's not color. Right. But like there's a reason. There's a reason that you can't. That many stores are closing down, and I don't think it's people aren't reading comics. I think the economy sucks right now. So like it's hard. It's always been hard to like have comic book shops open. Again, people are remembering the 90s and they're like, we ain't in the 90s anymore, so we must be dying. Mm-hmm. Wait, well, mangas are on a weekly basis though, so it's impossible for them to color them. Dude, most of the mangas are done right now, dude. Most of them are done.
What mangas on a weekly basis?
God bless. These type of debates blow me only because it's another iteration to me of a minority speaking for the masses in a definitive manner. And I don't think, because we've also had the conversation about indie comics coming for Marvel and DC, especially after Diamond, especially after what happened with Diamond and all that type of stuff. And people always pontificating about something, bro. So I don't care, bro. I'm in my lane.
Wait, but Mason, when you say people aren't buying comics like they used to, what does that mean? What is the used to? That's what I'm talking about. Like if you are saying people aren't buying comics like they're buying them in the 90s, of course. Like that will never happen again. Y'all gotta let that go.
Yeah, that was the peak of
maybe that's part of what they mean though. Maybe they're saying like what we saw for comics in the 90s is happening for mangas now, based on the new generation.
But that's what I'm saying. If that's the peak of like, if you think that the industry can only survive if we're selling, a million floppies a week, then the industry itself is definitely in trouble. But I don't think that's the case, or they wouldn't still be making them. Like they wouldn't still be making comic books if there wasn't something keeping it going. You know what I'm saying? Like that. I know these companies are not out here to lose money, so it's got to be something.
They're buying them like they did 10 years ago. Nothing is like it was 10 years ago, though. Nothing.
God knows
people don't buy DVDs.
God knows movies.
People not buying houses the way they were buying them 10 years ago either.
People ain't going to the movies like they went to 10 years ago.
Yeah,
like everything is different.
But I think that's also maybe that's part of their point. Maybe part of their point is that the new wave is mangas, comics. I wouldn't say comics are dying, but the new wave for the new generation is mangas versus it being comics. Maybe that's what they mean.
But the funny part is, I feel like there are a lot of times where I ask people, why do you like mangas more than like Western comics? And the explanations don't make no sense to me. Like, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Somebody tell me what. Tell me why. So somebody get people are going. Kevin. Somebody tell me what makes manga better. The most consistent answer I get is that mangas have a beginning, middle, and end. That's the
So
most
there's
consistent answer I
It's
get.
one
I've talked to
continuous
I've talked
story.
to my kids about this. I've talked to my kids about this. So yes, mangas have a beginning, middle, and end. So you got one complete story. Yes. Number two, comic books are there. We've talked about this. Have a hard entry. Like if you not indies, of course, but like Spider Man. If you want to get into Spider Man right now, yes, me and you can literally just go pick up a book and start reading. But it's hard to enter, mainstream comics if you don't know if you're not
Start.
subscribed to Comic Story and all that stuff. Then number three, these kids don't care about art. They don't care about the art and the artists, and they don't care about you know none of that. They don't care about art styles, and they don't care about who wrote it and whose idea. They don't care about that. They care that the story is good and it's the drama and the action and the story. And some of them, if they get to that point, they'll care about the creator and maintaining the styles across the whole book. They like the consistent styles that are in the books because if you don't have color, you have to have a consistent art style, or you're gonna get lost, especially with all these different characters and stuff. So there's things that make sense as far as why people, especially younger people, you know, prefer manga. But and
I
then
get it
they
from that
consistently
perspective.
come out too. And then they consistently come out too. But again, that goes to your point that we're only seeing the top 1% of the best manga that's coming out. The stuff from One Piece and Chainsaw Man already got, 1,000 issues planned, and they're just porting them over here to America. Okay, I can go to Walmart and buy that. I can go right up the street and buy that, every week, or I can go to Barnes and Noble and I can, I can get whatever I want. But um comic books are not like that. You got 1,000 different Batman stories.
Mason,
You
I
got
feel
a
like you
100
being
different
extra.
Superman. You
Hey
got
Mason, I
you
was
got
rolling my
7
eyes at you,
Spider-Man.
man. I just want you to know
You
that
got
eye roll
you
was
got
for you.
7 Spider-Mans, and none of them are coming out consistently.
What you mean none of them are
So
coming out consistently? What does that
I'm
mean
saying,
by
like, you get sick. Okay, so the Superman joint that I was reading a couple months ago, we got 6 issues of that. Then it stopped. The Halloween joint started, and then it didn't pick back up. It's like, yo, I was actually enjoying that Superman. I ain't read Superman in a long time. I was actually enjoying that Superman story, and then it was like, hey, here's the Lex Luthor, the death of Lex Luthor. Here, take that for Superman. I'm like, this not connected to what I was just
you
reading.
talking about like
Where
crossover?
no, not just crossovers. Like the storyline that I was reading from Superman, who knows where it went, and who knows if it's gonna come back. The storyline where Lex Luthor, was running Super Corp or whatever. He gave all the stuff over to Superman, and he was trying to help him save. He was
Right.
like, there's another evil coming or whatever. And I was like, yo, this is kind of cool. I like this. Then it stopped. We got 6 issues. Jamal Campbell was drawing it. It stopped. They did the whole Halloween thing for all the crossovers. And then it was supposed to start back up after that. And I haven't seen it since then. But they gave us, here's the death of Lex Luthor. Here's another Superman Lost. Superman Lost came out. The other Superman stories came out, but I wanted the storyline that I was reading. So, like, what I'm saying? There's not a consistency with the storylines continuing. Like that art team, okay, Jamal Campbell is working on something else now, so he's not going to get back to Superman until who knows
So
when.
I agree with you on that. Like I think one of the things that the industry would benefit more is for longer runs by teams, longer under uninterrupted runs by teams. Like I tell people, one of the big titles that I always suggest to people or recommend is the Immortal Hulk. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you ever read it. It is literally, you can start here and then it ends here, and it is one story, and it is an amazing uninterrupted story. And I think if we had more of those 25, man, stop with that. Y'all stop, man. If we had more of those 25 to 30, 40, 50 issue runs, that's something from the past that I think needs to be brought back. But I also think a big part of that is sometimes, well, there's two things that happen. Either the artist doesn't want to do it anymore and he wants to move on and do something else, or the popularity of that run makes Marvel and DC want to move that artist to something bigger. And I think that's a bigger issue. That's a valid issue. I agree with you on that.
So what behind the scene is saying, right? They're saying that manga has better storytelling, but only if you say manga has better storytelling, it's only because of what Javon just said. You only get 10 to 20 books from a comic book run. If you can get 10 to 20 books, okay, you can't really get invested in the characters and the side characters and the things happening in the world, because again, this story is not connected to the story that came before it or after. Like if you got Immortal Hulk and this, how many issues was it?
It was like
How
50.
many issues? Like 50 issues, you can tell an amazing story in 50 issues. But if you only got 10 to 20, you can only tell this little piece of the story. But if you got one piece where literally you start from when he literally left an island to now, 10 years later, like Pokemon, somebody to say that Pokemon is a better story than whatever's going on with Spider-Man is ridiculous. But because they got connected to Ash Ketchum for 20 years and they felt the ups and downs of that story, it's gonna feel like a better story, even though it's not. It's literally just a dude collecting Pokemon and trying to become a master in collecting 1,000 Pokemon. It's not a better story. It's just I was attached to this character. I connected with this character, and I ran with it for a longer period of time. Comic books could do that if they said, just like Javon said, if comic books were doing that, these stories would be better. They're about so many different things. There's so many different themes and all kinds of stuff that we're exploring in comic books. But
because I put Jason Aaron's run on Thor against any manga that I've seen in a minute. Like I said, Al Ewing on Immortal Hulk, Al Ewing on the Ultimates was fantastic. I mean, there are a ton of runs that have come out that have been longer form runs. But again, when you have an industry and the big two focus more on the bottom dollar, like if we want to keep it a buck, they do, which is why you see the constant, okay, we're going to start over with a number one. It'll be the same team, but they'll start over with a number one because they're trying to boost sales. Whereas, but now if let's say if you have like, if your run is selling like 15,000 copies, right? That's on the low end of comic book sales for Marvel and DC. For us, that's fantastic. Hold on, good luck getting it. Dude, I've seen it. I've seen kids reading comics, dude. They want to read comics. I've seen it. Now, they're going to watch cartoons too, but even nowadays, my son doesn't even really watch cartoons. He watches YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, even cartoons aren't getting as much traction. Cartoons are now more for adults than they are for kids, really.
And you ain't lying about that.
Western comics are relying on breadth of content and not depth. They aren't paying the creators. All right, Jay, I want you to go find out how much some of these anime artists and writers get paid for their work. This is not about that.
It's definitely not about that.
It's not about that, dude.
Definitely not about that.
I agree about the gimmicks.
I follow several like animators on like TikTok, and they always talking about like working conditions is crazy. Like for animators, and that's here. And then the anime working conditions are even worse. Like these jokers are almost on some.
They might as well pay them to work. That's basically they're paying them to work. That's how bad it be. Hold on, Western comics need to revamp their distribution methods. Well, I think the industry is in the middle of an evolution. We're changing. Digital comics, like for me, I don't sell a ton of comics online, but when I go on at shows, I sell 40, 50, 60, 70 books.
Yeah, talk that stuff, Javon.
I mean, tell them. I'm just telling you that I don't like, but even you, Danny, you probably don't sell a ton through your website, but I know you sell a ton through your TikTok.
Yeah.
Like the industry is evolving and it's trying to find out what it's going to be. Like, what's the next iteration? Like Kickstarter is now how we determine Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like being successful through Kickstarter now, in my opinion, means more than having your book in the store. You will make
Yeah.
way more money on a Kickstarter.
And you'll absolutely be able to galvanize a fan base through Kickstarters for sure. Like that's one of the main benefits of being able to run successful Kickstarters. And I also think the industry is looking at people who have those successful Kickstarters that you can, because that goes into like the social media influencer game, which is, you know what I'm saying, one of the things before these organizations decide to put money into social media influencers, they want to see that you yourself can sell. Like they want to see, it's similar like when you see people go on Shark Tank. One of the first questions you always going to hear the shark say is, well, how much have you done in sales? Like they want to know how much of the heavy lifting I'm about to do. But if you already proven, and they go to your social media sites and be like, oh snap, okay, so you've been, you know what I'm saying, if I give them this ad, they can produce said this, they can run numbers on that, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and then be like, okay, this is a worthwhile, you know what I'm saying, partnership. And then once you take that to Kickstarters, again, if your average Kickstarter, you're God knows if you're doing 20 something thousand per Kickstarter, you're gonna get somebody's attention. You know what I mean? Like the industry is looking for new talent. And again, I can't say enough when we talked about this in the past. The industry period, I'm talking about movies, animation, streaming period, is looking for content at all times. So if you prove to them before they come to you that you have people that are, if we get behind this product, people are going to pay for your product and we'll just enhance it. They want that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to do it every time. So it's just a matter of you being able to rise to the top to, you know what I'm saying, make your way to show. Like, shoot, I can't
That's
say
true,
how
Tony.
proud I can't say how
It's true.
proud of the other people. You're right, Tony. It doesn't
It's true.
all the time. Social media following does not always translate. It doesn't. That's true. But almost any company that's getting ready to invest in something is still going to look at your social media first. You know what I
Hold
mean?
on.
Like if they don't see movement there, then they're probably not going to invest in you.
I want to say something about Jay. He's talking about, industry can't grow if people can't find the product. It's a fallacy. People know where comic books are. If you want to buy a comic book, Google exists for a reason. Like finding stuff is not hard. That's not the problem. People can find comics aren't going to be sold in movie theaters because when have comics ever been sold in movie theaters? Like you're asking them, what you're going to ask a movie theater? What are you going to do if they don't sell the books?
Movie theaters have issues selling movies,
right? They're having their own problem right now. Like
God knows. Now you want to talk about industry that's dying? Movie theaters. It's greatly documented that movie theaters and people going to the movies to see movies is dying.
Jay,
and we're seeing
people
that
can find books
every week
in Barnes and Nobles. You can find comic books in Barnes and Nobles. All you gotta do is ask. Like that. This thing that people say that people can't find comics is silly. Like they know where they are. If you want a comic, you can find a comic. There's like thousands of Comic Cons that come through.
I mean, I think Jay may be talking about for the casual person that wants to get into them, because we know, because we're in comics. I don't know that the average person knows. Like, if you were to bring up, hey, where can I go get comics?
Just like you said,
Google exists for a reason. Let's not act like. I mean, I know people. I know there are not a lot of smart people, but people smart enough to find something.
I will agree. I will agree that it's easier if the comics are in the places where the people are, right? If comic books were in, like Bass Reeves sold a lot of books this year because it's in Walmart, right? It's literally in the electronic section. You go in there, you see the book. If a kid wants it, they see the cover and they're like, "Oh, I want this." Okay, you can buy it. I will agree on that. But for people who are
looking for
buying age adults, people who are looking for them, if me or you wanted to find a comic book, I can find it. You know what I'm saying? If it's available. If the comic book series that I want is available, I can go on Amazon and buy it. I can go on Marvel.com. I can go on DC Direct. I can go on dang on what's the I forget the name of it, but they sell the omnibuses and all that
Hey,
stuff.
it ain't hard for kids to find Dogman, dude. Dogman is out there.
Kid, yes, but Dogman is in Walmart though.
But that's
Dogman
my
is in.
point. Like, if you want to
Yeah.
find comics are there, man. Every time I go to Target and I walk by the kids section with my son, they got a whole stand full of Dogman books. They there, man. Like, so that's a bad excuse. Back in the day, I don't want to talk about back in the day no more. All right, I'm tired of it, dude. I could get at least 4 comic shops, not to mention. All right, y'all pining for the days of old. The days of old are gone. They're gone, yo. Comics don't cost $2 no more. They will never cost $2 on a consistent basis ever again.
Unless the economy just goes really crazy.
They will never be in 7-Eleven or any of these other places anymore because
unless you take your comic books to your local 7-Eleven
they're not
and say, hey,
manga.
They're not gonna have it.
When you see manga in 7-Eleven, do you see manga in 7-Eleven?
I don't know what Mason's talking about.
What are you talking about, dude?
I think he was responding to something before we got to that point.
I don't understand, man. No, I said the old days are gone. They're gone from manga too. If you really think, hold on.
That's what Morgan was just saying though. This is the golden age for manga. Like especially for manga that's coming to over here in America. Like Javon said, every book is not selling like this in Japan. The new series are not. Chainsaw Man and One Piece and My Hero Academia are killing the game because they got content already ready for us. They already know that it was successful over there. They know that people want them because they see the shows and they sending it over here. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, hey, let's turn it. Let's translate.
And eventually they're gonna run out of content with those old books. Eventually, the people who done read them gonna move on to something else. This is not new. It happened in music. It happened all manga and gas stations. I have never seen one. I can be perfectly honest with you. Actually, I have seen Spider-Man in gas stations.
I don't even remember what our other topic was now.
I don't know. I get tired of it, man. There are a lot of people who just want to predict it to be dead, and they want to. It's almost like I got to be the first to say that comics are dead and manga is the top dog now. Like, come on, man.
I think it's just a wave, man. Like, all right, no, I'm not bringing it up. It's that divisive. I was gonna make
it. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Oh no.
Do it.
No.
Do it. All right, Mason. I'll see you in 2020.
Mason, don't stand 10 toes on that, man, because I'm gonna mess around.
He know what the date is, what year we're in.
I'm gonna remember, Brand, and I don't want to put you on blast, but I will.
I will find you in 2030. You went to Comic-Con.
I'm telling you,
your book.
Don't do that.
Like, oh, I think we did.
Tony, listen, man.
I thought comics was dead.
I'm that guy though. Like, if you look, if you're gonna be 10 toes on something now, I'm going to remember, and I will call you out. I told people when COVID first started, and I had people hitting my inbox like, "Hey, watch this video. It's not COVID. It's 5G towers." Hey, I will hear anything out, okay? And I told people this, and I'm glad that people feel open and they can come to me, and I'm not gonna clown them. I'll listen, and then I'm gonna look into it, and I will. But I told them, I said, but if this is wrong, I'm gonna make sure I'm naming names when I come back. You know what I'm saying? So,
hey, Mason, man, Marvel and DC have endured 80 years a piece, 60, 70, 80 years. You really think with the success that the MCU has right now, that they're gonna be dead?
That's debatable, though. That's what the other topic was.
Marvel's making money though. Like, listen, as much as people want to talk about,
man. All right, Sean. I will let you, bro.
You want to say that the Marvels is a flop? Marvel, it's 161 mil.
That's what the argument was. Right.
So real quick, before we get into Miss Marvel, real quick, Chainsaw Man had a whole year of content, and they had already started an anime before they started releasing the shonen in America, right? So from the whole year 2018, they were making this. They were making these books. They started putting them out March 2019, and then 2020 till now is when it became popular. Here is what I'm saying. So they already knew that this was a popular. They already knew that this show was going to be popular because of the success of other shows. So it's not like we're hearing like some stuff is truly experimental. Like Haikyuu, okay, I understand. Yo, a basketball manga or a soccer manga, these sports, Blue Lock, stuff like that. Hey, cool. But as soon as it's not fire no more, you know, when people stop buying them, the same thing gonna happen.
Go ahead, man. I know you want to talk about the Marvels, man. Go ahead.
All right, that's more.
There's been so much static over the Marvels, man. At least on my page.
What? I haven't even seen any stuff.
You lie. When the MCU starts back developing characters, back story, it will pick back up. People love the build up to Infinity War. That's correct.
Yeah, they got to figure out which characters people like though. First though,
Comic shops have transitioned into pop culture bodegas, Funko Pops, trading cards, and more. Hey!
But that's
don't
a good thing.
don't come for my Funko Pops, bro. Don't do that. Don't
That's
do that.
a good thing, though. It's good.
Don't do that. Don't come for Funko Pops, bro. Hey, don't do that. I love Funko Pops. Chill out. The
It's
Marvels.
a good thing, though.
I agree.
It's a good thing that they transition to all that stuff. It's pop culture. That's good. You want comics to be a part of pop culture.
and you can't buy. And there would be no Funko Pops if the characters still were not popular.
True story.
Facts.
I literally have a Grimace right here, bro. Like this ain't comic book related, but this is one of the least popular things in the world right now.
Bro, I got Ava
I got
DuVernay. I got Usher from man, I got at least 14, 15 pops, and I would have never thought. You know what I'm saying? I got Doctor Strange, I got Blue Angel, Okoye, anyway. I try to stay away from the shops because once I go into them, it's a wrap for me once I see them Funkos. I almost lose the ability to stop myself. So I try to stay away. It's like when I go to a con and Marcus is there, Marcus Williams is there. I do everything I can to stay away from this freaking table because if I go over there, I'm gonna see something that I ain't seen him post, and I'm gonna end up buying it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever money I'm making at this con, now I'm giving it to him, and he is going to beckon it. You know what I'm saying? He does it every time. He does it every time. I'll be like, Marcus, get away from me, bro.
Hey,
He'd be like,
he out there like Rick James and Dave Chappelle.
He do it. I'm telling you, he do it every time. He do it every time. Like, no, come on over here. You know how Marcus talk. Come on
Y'all
over here,
ain't
man.
seen
Come
those
on.
pictures from Blurred Con and Dream Con, the target demographic, mostly dressing up. What's the point?
Bro, look, okay, I'll say this. From the cons that I go to, I see just as many comic book characters, especially Marvel and DC, as I see
Just
anime.
as many. I see more kids dressed up as superheroes.
I see at least every show, the characters that you're definitely going to see at every show. You're definitely going to see Spider-Man, whether it's Peter Parker, Miles
Harley
Morales,
Quinn,
yes, Harley,
Loki, Deadpool,
definitely. Deadpool and Spider-Man are two of the most popular. Definitely.
Who else?
Logan,
Batman,
Superman. Wonder Woman gonna be there.
Wonder Woman definitely.
Wonder Woman.
What's good, Carrie?
The point is that the demographic. What demographic are we talking about? Everybody reads comics. They're a whole
look.
Everybody,
again,
Mason.
I'm gonna try to summate this. If the point is that the younger comic book demographic is more into mangas than comics, I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that.
That's fine, but it doesn't matter though.
It's just a new wave, but that does not mean the comic industry is going to die, especially by 2030. At this point, I'm definitely holding you to that, Mason. Like it's getting close.
Go ahead, man. I know you want to say something.
How is Marvel's not a flop? I wish Nia DaCosta the best, and she should move as far away from this as possible. We better support her next movie. She did great with Candyman, Black Panther, Captain America, Black Widow, and Wonder Woman. Oh, okay. People that you see at cons. Yeah, yeah, I agree. All right. So for the Marvels. So when I was posting about the Marvels, it had nothing to do with whether the movie was a flop or not. All three posts I made about the Marvels had nothing to do with that. It had everything to do with the critiques that I kept seeing people make about the film. That I felt that it was that and the inherent hate that followed when somebody posted the facts about Nia DaCosta being the highest grossing woman of color. Everybody had to juxtapose that to say, instead of it just being a post that's celebrating Nia DaCosta making that achievement, everybody on every post that I saw, whether it was Mike or me, there were at least 2 to 3 people on every post that were like, well, the movie was actually a flop, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, son, like you sound crazy. That like the example I gave is just like if somebody made a post on their page and said, happy birthday, I love you, I'm proud of you for the, I'm saying this last year, and all the things. It might have been a rough year for you, but you made it. I'm saying happy birthday. I'm saying you did some great things this year too. Whatever they say that on their post, and you got to be the one to come on the post and be like, well, everybody's birthday wasn't great. Everybody's year wasn't awesome. You sound ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Doing that type of stuff when you strictly saw all Mike did. This started from Mike's post. All Mike did was congratulate Nia DaCosta on that fact. It wasn't that it wasn't a fact. It was a fact. You know what I'm saying? That now she is the highest grossing woman of color to, to have a box office opening. That was a fact. And instead of people letting that remain a fact and praising her, they had to be like, well, and I saw it consistently. The first time it happened, I was like, that's weird. The second time it happened, I was like, I'm gonna share this too and see what happens. And I shared it, and they did the same thing on my post. And I was like, yo, son, what is this? You know what I'm saying? Then the third time I posted, it was because I went back to go see the Marvels again. And I was like, because I saw people saying that the Marvels is a bottom 5 Marvel movie. And I said, nigga, what? We done watched over 10 years of Marvel movies, and there's no way that the Marvels is in a bottom 5 of all of those movies. That's a fallacy.
Hey, I did a whole TikTok on that one. I saw what was his name? Eris Keonis from The Variant. He was like, this is one of the worst Marvel movies. And I was like, there's at least 10. There's at least 10 Marvel movies that are clearly worse.
Easily.
At least
hold on though. Y'all calling it the biggest bomb in Marvel history. Y'all know that movie is made $188 million. Like, I understand how much the movie cost to make, and people are kind of focused on that, but it's made $188 million. I take $188 million movie.
Well, I'm not saying that the point that they're making when they're erroneously making it on this post is not talking about that isn't valid. Their point is that most Marvel movies are expected to do exponentially better numbers than most every other type of movie, right? Somebody made a post about Napoleon opening, and Roy just made a statement about that Napoleon's opening. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do that well like that. But at the same time, in context, we know that movies that are in the MCU, Disney movies in general, like they just it was just on the news earlier today. This is the first year that Marvel doesn't have $1 billion movie. I forget how many years it's been.
This is the first year?
No, that ain't even true. Shang-Chi ain't even make a bill. What is it talking about? Wait, no, who? Last year, what made $1 billion?
As a Disney movie?
Yeah, for Marvel.
I don't think it was I don't think it's that a Marvel movie. I have to look it up. I don't think it was that. I don't think they were saying it wasn't a Marvel movie that wasn't gonna make $1 billion in a year. They were saying Disney. There wasn't a Disney movie, period, that made $1 billion this year. I think is what they said on the news earlier. But
they got 10 movies that made $1 billion. That's crazy.
But most of those $1 billion movies came pre-COVID though.
100%.
Yeah.
So
And
that's the other thing
half
that
of
really
it,
be making me mad in context. Because another reason that I feel like if you're thinking about it, you should have come to a pretty good conclusion that a lot of the things that affected the Marvels is the fact that they couldn't market it like you normally would have. Like Brie Larson couldn't go do shows anywhere.
that's why I say if Amani Vellani was out here talking about this movie, people would absolutely
100%
have gone.
because she is fantastic. I love her. She is definitely the best part of that movie. Well, Tiana is. Hallelujah.
Crazy.
But anyway,
Crazy.
if they could have, yes.
Yes,
If they could have
Glory.
reached up and grabbed that blessing.
Glory.
If they could have done a regular press tour where Brie Larson, Nia goes out on some shows. What's her name, Danny?
Amon Vellani.
Amon Vellani, Tiana Parrish. If they had been able to go out, Samuel L. Jackson, you know what I'm saying? If they had been able to do a regular press run, I don't think there's any way possible that movie would have did the numbers that it did on the opening weekend. There was no regular press run. You couldn't do it because of the strike. And then when the strike lifted, they had maybe a day or two. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw Brie Larson on Jimmy Fallon, and I think the movie had already came out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they all went on. They all went on there after it was already released. After because the actor strike ended the day before the movie came out.
Yeah.
So the day before it premiered on that Thursday.
Yeah.
It came out.
And you're also looking at the fact that movies, period, I don't care what the movie is, are not doing well. Like Oppenheimer and Barbie was an anomaly versus what everything else is doing in the theaters. Like nobody expected Barbie to do those numbers. Nobody. Like I'm not saying nobody expected it to flop. Nobody expected Barbie to flop. But the numbers that Barbie did, nobody saw that coming. Nobody, including Margot Robbie. Nobody saw that coming. Oppenheimer, they built it up, but there's been plenty of other movies that they built up and it just didn't go. You know what I'm saying? It didn't do well. So I think people are like purposefully, you know, I'm not going to get into the racial and the female component of this, but I definitely know that that's part of it in some cases. I'm not going to say it's part of it across the board, but that's definitely part of it in some spaces.
I think Oppenheimer wouldn't have done. I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I don't think Oppenheimer would have done numbers if it wasn't on the same day as Barbie. If it didn't have that, like,
yeah, but
like,
you
they used that joint. No, well, they used it though. The marketing team
it was
real
smart marketing.
Like they used that joint.
Nah, but J-Pat Napoleon's not a flop. It's not. It's not a flop because it's not. Nobody was projecting. Again, that's the point that I will concede to the people that want to go at the numbers that the Marvels did. Marvel movies, Disney movies, period, are expected to be the highest grossing numbers. If Disney's doing it, whether it's like Wish, the Wish movie just came out this past weekend. It's not doing well, not as well as they anticipated. It's a Disney movie. You expect?
I don't know what they anticipated because that joint looked trash.
Well, I'm just all
I'm saying is trash.
That joint looked trash. I saw the previews when we took the kids to see. No, when we went to the Marvels, we saw that joint looked super
like
trash.
Any other Disney movie to me.
Nah, bro, it didn't look like Moana. When Moana came out, that joint was fire. When Coco came out, they marketed.
And they all look alike to me.
Nah, this joint looked like they were using animatronics or something. I don't know what they was doing, but
they all look alike to me, man.
They didn't have Lin-Manuel Miranda. I can tell you that.
All right, y'all want to do this list before Danny start tapping his wrist like CM Punk?
Yeah, it's about that. It's about that time.
Yeah. I'll go first. On the list. Man, Wish came out of nowhere. It did, Kerry. I don't. Again, another movie that did not get the benefit of a regular press run. I do want to see now that the strike is over, if the movie numbers tick up slightly. I'm not expecting them to boom, but I do want to see if the numbers tick up slightly because now you can go on full press kits, full press tours, and have people show up and do it. Especially because again, I don't care what the movie is opening, you're not expecting it to do. You just can't set the expectations based on especially because movie theaters were struggling before COVID.
I was about to say, if movie theaters wanted to do something, like they should. I mean, honestly, I think movie theaters. I know it's thinking backwards, but if they lessen the price of movies, you get waves more people coming to go to movie
I don't
theaters.
think so.
I think so. If movies wasn't like damn
because
near,
streaming is one of the biggest things that's working against movies right now.
That is true.
Streaming, people would far rather. Like I was excited. I forgot what Good Burger. I didn't realize Good Burger. If it's coming out in theaters, it was smart for them to release it streaming. It was smart for them to release it streaming. I'm glad they didn't try to go to theaters. They should have just went straight to streaming, and you just see what the numbers.
Hey, listen, some movies need to be streamed. Some movies just need to stay streaming because they ain't great. All right, man. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
You saw Good Burger?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I've never watched one episode of Good Burger or even the movie.
Well, Good Burger, there wasn't a show though; it was just Kenny to Kill. But all right, so
I thought it was called Good Burger.
Nah, it was Kenny to Kill.
All that?
I've watched all that.
Oh, Kenny to Kill.
Kenny to Kill. It might have started on all that and then Kenny to Kill. But anyway, all right. So top 5 underrated movies, or I will phrase it like movies that you think deserve more flowers. Put it either way. And I'll go first. So, and y'all will see the theme soon. It won't take long. So, number 5, Barbarian for me. Hold on. I'm typing it in at the same time. Barbarian was great. I slept on that movie. I sleep on all horror movies pretty much now because I expect them not to be good. And I was very pleasantly surprised. I envy the director and the writer for how he decided to tell the story. I thought that was brilliant the way they did it. But he does it in a similar way that I like to tell my stories. But I just love the way he cut up the 3 acts. I thought that was fantastic. Definitely one of my favorite movies of last year. Like definitely one of my favorite horror films of the while. But I don't know. It does get some praise. I just don't think it gets the praise that it deserves.
Wait, what was your 4?
Number 5 is Barbarian. I haven't got none.
Okay.
So number 5 is Barbarian. Number 4, The Devil's Advocate. I think for me, The Devil's Advocate is a classic movie. But Oscar wise and monetarily at the box office, it didn't do that great. It didn't do terrible. I think when I looked it up, it did like 116 million, something like that. But it's freaking Al Pacino, bro. I mean, there was no Oscars, there was none of that for that film. People talk about it, it's respected, but I don't think it's respected at the level that it should be. In my opinion, it's not a perfect movie, but it's a masterpiece movie though. Like that movie is a very, very good movie, very well acted. Charlize Theron was fantastic. Al Pacino's always fantastic. I mean, come on. Keanu was great. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, very good movie. I feel like it's underrated. I don't think it gets enough flowers. That's number 4. Number 3, it's a crime. The Blackening. It's a crime. It is a crime that movie does not get it. That movie does not get nearly enough credit for how good it was. It is really, really good. It was very thoughtful. It hit all the beats on the culture. It was hilarious. And it actually had real moments of like angst. Like it was a very good movie. I saw that just got greenlit for number 2. I'm very excited for them.
It was not scary though.
But it's a parody. It's like Scary Movie. It's like it's like Scary Movie. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a parody. It's a better done Scary Movie, honestly. You know what I'm saying? Because it's funnier than Scary Movie. It's more culturally relevant.
Not the first one. You think it's funnier than the first Scary Movie? The first. I
think it's a better movie overall.
Okay, that's fine. But that's fine. I agree with you on that.
I think it's a better movie overall, and it's definitely criminally underrated. Like it got praised by critics and stuff like that, but not nearly to the level that it deserved, in my opinion. Number 2, Hereditary.
That's
my favorite.
Not an underrated movie, man.
Yes, it is.
That is not an underrated movie. Yes, it is literally called one of the greatest horror movies of all time. That's not underrated.
It is under. It doesn't get enough flowers. It does not get the praise it deserves. Toni Collette won no. Toni Collette should have won an Oscar. Period.
I don't
There's
think
no
you know how
excuse.
Oscars work.
I don't give a crap about
Do
it.
horror movies get Oscars?
I mean, they do, but not often. Like
Do they have a horror category?
they don't have a horror category, but like I mean,
That
what's
movie's
the name
great
got an
enough that she
Oscar?
should have won.
Get Out got one.
Yeah, that movie's great enough that she should have won. She was fantastic in that movie. The whole cast was fantastic, without question. But she was phenomenal. Like that movie is absolutely one of the best movies I've ever seen, horror or not. It was very well done, extremely well acted, and it's genuinely horrifying and one of the most unnerving. It's the most unnerving movie I've ever seen. It's still my number one scary movie right now in my lifetime. It's definitely my number one scary movie. That at least
I can't. Okay, go ahead. That's number one.
Number one, Dr. Sleep. That movie is criminally underrated. It's an awesome sequel to The Shining. To me, it is a flawless movie. It was fantastic acting. It was an awesome script. It was a great coup de grace to this. Again, it's a great bookend to The Shining. Like it's very well done, especially to tell that story that far apart from when The Shining came out and being that The Shining is an all-time classic. Dr. Sleep matches that energy. That movie is fantastic on all fronts, and it doesn't get the credit it deserves to me. So that's my list. I went all horror. I went all horror movies, but
I'll go next.
That's my list, though.
All right. So again, my list is a bunch. Probably got movies that y'all ain't never heard before, which is why they underrated. So I want to say, let's say top five. Number five, A Simple Plan. I love this movie. You probably never heard of it. It's got what's his name? He died. It's got Billy Bob Thornton in it. It's got why can't I remember his name? It's basically about it's about three guys who find like $5 million in the woods, and they try to hold on to the money. Huh?
Bill Paxton.
Yeah. So, and they trying to hold on to the money. Like that's whole, but it's tense. It's great. It's well directed, well acted, and it's got a great twist ending. Like I love it. Okay, so that's number five.
Mm-hmm.
Number four, the most underrated M. Night Shyamalan movie, The Village. I don't think The Village gets enough credit for being as good as it was, especially with the ending. I love that twist ending.
That's
the
one where they were.
I would put Devil in front of that, bro.
No, I like Devil, but I don't think Village gets enough. Yeah, but underrated. I'm talking about being underrated.
Devil's underrated.
More than The Village? I guess.
Yeah,
okay, anyway.
Yeah, you're right. The Village is definitely more underrated, but I think Devil's a better movie, though.
Okay, that's fine. Number three, Event Horizon. Event Horizon should be considered one of the greatest horror movies of all time. I love that movie. Love it. Ryan Law. Hey, listen, it's okay. It's all right, Ryan.
That was a horror movie?
Yeah.
Am I thinking about the wrong one?
The Event Horizon.
And everyone when they went to the core of Earth?
No. Event Horizon is a space movie. Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Neill, and they go to like get this spaceship that can travel through black holes, basically.
I don't know if I saw that one.
Okay. Well, it's a horror movie. We don't expect you to watch.
Hey, Livy.
All right. Number two. I know y'all ain't see this movie. It's called Sunshine.
You're absolutely right.
It's basically about the sun is dying. And so the Earth sends this ship full of people with like the biggest bomb ever. And their job.
I did see this.
Not sure why you think people have heard of your movies. Haven't? I think
I definitely saw this one.
So Sunshine does not get talked about enough. It's like
Armageddon.
It's better than way better than Armageddon. Come on now. Way better. And in number one, I will constantly and forever talk about this movie and how great it is and how it
Tijuana Jack.
still isn't talked about it. Nigga, no.
Don't act like that, bro.
Dark City. If you have not seen Dark City, go watch Dark City tonight. It's got Kiefer Sutherland. I forgot this dude's name. But anyway, I don't want to talk about the movie because I don't want to ruin it. But Dark City is one of the best sci-fi movies all time. And I can make a genuine case, and I know they didn't, but you can make a genuine case that they took a lot from The Matrix from Dark City. Fantastic.
I haven't seen it.
So that's my 5. Simple Plan, The Village, Event Horizon, Sunshine.
Every one of Javon's movies were more than 25 years old.
I mean, what you want?
The Village is 25 years old?
Yeah, The Village is not 25. Well,
it's more than that. It's almost 30.
What?
No,
The Village?
Wait a minute.
Am I bugging?
No,
2004.
You bugging. Hold on.
So 15 years old, more than 15 years old.
So, yeah,
about
point. Your point?
Sunshine was 2007. The Village was 2004.
I mean, what's your point?
So that's 19.
What's your and then your number 1 is like 40 years old. So what you want?
Yeah, you're joint. I know. We all know your number 1.
I just wanted to point that out.
I mean,
we all know your number 1.
All right. So
I'll be
ready?
I'm ready for it.
Die line.
Nah. So these are all just films that I really enjoyed. That some of these they're just like
Princess
great movies
Bride
to
better
me.
not be on here, bro.
Nah, that's definitely rated very high.
I was about to say.
Princess Bride is not underrated. All right, so there's this movie that came out on Netflix a couple of years ago.
I love 30 Days a Night.
Called First Match. It was about I
remember that for some reason.
A boxer, and her issues with her.
I love 30 Days.
A lot of people didn't see it. There's a young lady who was trying to get in the fight game. Your boy from Aquaman, Yahya Abdul Mateen played her dad, and it was just a really touching movie. And I don't think a lot of people saw it, but it was very, very good. That one is at number 5. Now the rest of these, I'm going back to my normal. Okay. Number 4. Have y'all seen Jingle Jangle?
Yes.
No.
Jingle Jangle is a perfect.
It's the only. What did you say?
It's a perfect Christmas movie. It's
I thought you said a perfect film.
I thought he said a perfect film too.
I could have sworn you said a perfect film.
It's a perfect Christmas movie. That dang on thing, man.
It's my favorite.
It had the songs.
Your favorite Christmas movie?
It's my favorite
all
Christmas
time.
movie. Is that a Home Alone?
It's definitely in my top 5. We've watched that thing. It's probably been. I think it's been out 2 years now, and we've watched it at least twice a month since it came out. We know all the songs like
every month.
Every month, the kids will bust out singing, and they will bust out singing the songs, everything.
I do love that. I do love that movie though.
Definitely an underrated movie. Number 3. This one y'all might kick me out for because I don't know if this is technically underrated, but I think Hidden Figures is a perfect film. Okay, Hidden Figures with Taraji.
Wait a minute, time out. Wasn't that film nominated for an Oscar?
It should have won. It should have won.
Dude, come on, man. Y'all know what underrated means.
Hidden Figures, I believe. Again,
well, again. I told you
these last three to me are perfect films, and they do not get the credit they deserve. Hidden Figures at 3. Number 2, Hot Fuzz. This movie, bruh, is the perfect action comedy. This movie, Hot Fuzz, bruh, I will watch it any day, anytime. And y'all know what the number 1 is. I don't even have to say it.
I already started driving it.
Who's the master? Show Nuffy.
That is not an underrated film.
The master
dude.
is inside of you.
Properly rated. It is
The
properly rated.
master is
That's what it is.
inside you.
That's
You can
proper.
do it. If you
This
believe in
is
yourself, the master is inside of you.
it's so frustrating.
That's my list, and I'm sticking with it.
Mm, mm, mm.
Hey, listen,
2024, I'm coming for the title though. I'm gonna change it up. I'm
I ain't worried about that.
coming
Dude,
for the title.
hey, William Warrior is one of my favorite sports movies,
We should start
hands
the
down.
we should start the list over. I mean, start the tally over in 2024.
We could do that.
Beverly, you haven't heard out of
I'm
3 or
still
5
gonna
of mine? What? Hot
We
Fuzz?
can't do that
Three.
because Morgan gonna be like, "Oh, I won it."
I'm gonna win regardless.
We can say
It can make a difference.
whoever won in 2023 and then start over, for 2024. See who
I
gets
mean,
it.
obviously,
Guyver.
I won. I mean,
Guyver. I haven't. Guyver. I can't even remember Guyver. I'll be perfectly honest.
I was gonna put the ones that were
there's a
close
lot
for
of
me, the ones that were close for me, and honestly, I could switch Barbarian out with Life, the 2017 version, Ryan Reynolds,
I
Jake
love Life.
Gyllenhaal.
I
Yeah,
love that.
buddy. I don't think that gets
movie.
nearly enough love. Fantastic film, scares the bejesus out of me every time I watch it. I literally go back and watch it at least once or twice a year because the prospects of it horrify me.
I could give you so many. The Game. If you ain't seen The Game, you are missing out on a fantastic movie with Michael Douglas.
That movie had a twist.
That movie was so freaking good, and it don't get talked about.
It's 30 years old. Why would anybody be talking about it?
We talk about movies that are 30 years. We talk about Titanic all the time. People still talk about Titanic.
I just saw Titanic for the first time this year.
There you go. And that movie's how old? All right then.
Too old.
How about Prisoners? Have you ever seen that?
I want to say I have.
With Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good
fantastic movie. I give you a movie. I give you a movie that just came out, or that came out recently. Well, recently, Underwater, with old girl from Twilight.
Oh yeah, where it was
the underwater
Cthulhu.
Station.
The Cthulhu joint.
Yeah,
that was all right. That was all right. I didn't. It was all right.
I give you another one, Annihilation.
Annihilation.
That's the joint with Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
I didn't.
It was all right. I like Arrival more, but Arrival I wouldn't say Arrival's underrated though.
Definitely.
I like Annihilation better than Arrival.
I'm a disagreement on that.
Wow.
I
had
a good one. Yeah, don't say a word.
The Shallows is one for me too. Shark movie. Most shark movies.
Oh, the
like
old girl on the rock, and she's stuck on the rock. That is a great film.
The Shallows.
Did y'all see? You had an M. Night Shyamalan movie on your list. Did y'all see Old?
Oh yeah. Oh, I liked Old.
I liked Old.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. It might be underrated, but not too.
It might be Old. The Descent. You talking about The Descent, Ryan? The Descent. I don't think that's like underrated. That's
the poll is up. The poll is up in the group, y'all. Hancock.
Hancock is trash.
No, it's not.
Hancock is a terrible movie.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna tell you an underrated Will Smith movie, Wild Wild West. I don't care what y'all say. I love it.
Stop it.
I love that movie.
Stop it.
And the soundtrack, Wild Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider.
No, you don't want nada.
Hey, I'll give you another one. You ever see Zodiac?
Yes.
About
that movie. Yeah.
Slow burn, but it's good.
That movie is fantastic.
Come on, Ryan. You know you like the Wild Wild West. Stop it.
Come on. I want to change my list, but I can't. The Strangers. The Strangers.
That's like properly. These are properly rated movies.
Nah, The Strangers is better than it gets credit for.
What was the movie that Tom Cruise that was like, Day After Tomorrow? But that was like, these are properly rated movies.
That was a good one.
I couldn't put Arrival on here, but I wanted to.
I could have did
Ex Machina.
Identity.
Yeah, Identity is good.
Identity is a fantastic movie. I love that movie.
Oh, Ghostbusters Afterlife. That was another one. I love that movie, and I don't think it gets enough praise, especially for what it did for the franchise.
That's the
That
one with
movie
the
was
kids.
fantastic. Yeah,
Yeah,
that joint was
I mean, it
fantastic.
was it was it was
That
okay.
joint,
It
that
was
joint
good.
actually legitimately made me cry at the end.
Yes, it
Yeah,
was awesome. It was an awesome movie.
I give
Um,
you one. Have you ever seen Dread,
bruh.
the
no,
Judge Dredd movie?
Yeah, I saw it.
The
nah.
the the, the one with
I've
Keith
watched it, but
Urban.
it only in pieces.
yeah, that one don't get enough credit. That's a good movie.
Nah.
Shoot, Blade too. Never mind.
Yes, I will
I love
agree with
Blade
you,
2.
Morgan. I agree.
People be trying to make it seem like it's a bad movie. It's not.
Blade
Blade
2,
2?
Blade 2 is fantastic, dude.
Blade 2 is great stuff, buddy.
The one with the no, that was the one.
The
Blade
one,
2,
The one with the
that's
the one with the split mouth dude.
oh,
oh, Ryan, Upgrade is
I ain't seen that
amazing, yeah.
Upgrade
Upgrade.
was good.
Oh my, yes, I agree with you. Upgrade should definitely be on somebody's list. That was a
Upgrade.
great movie. I thought that dude was Tom Hardy for a long time, but
Me
Upgrade was
too.
a great movie.
Upgrade had a great ending.
Yeah,
Love that. Ending.
I agree with you on that one, Ryan. That's a good pick right there. I'll go
I,
I
watch
was gonna
Upgrade
say I
right
was gonna
now.
say fences. I was gonna say fences on my list, but it's mostly because of what they accomplished in that. Like that movie is almost all monologue and dialogue between like two people in maybe three scenes, like maybe three sets, and it's
Enemy
like
of the
2 hours
State.
some change, huh?
Enemy of the State. I still say it, man. That's one.
man, that's not an underrated movie, man. That's one of Will Smith's best movies. They literally call that one of Will Smith's best movies.
I don't think so. I think the average person wouldn't pick that
Hey,
out.
Beverly, that's the wrong one. The Vampire Pomeranian is in Blade 3, Blade Trinity. And we
Okay,
don't talk about that
man. That's what
movie.
I'm. Maybe I haven't seen two in a while. Cause
Blade 2 is the one that got one of the best comic book movie fight scenes of all time. All the time.
Yeah,
ain't that the
Oh,
one where Whistler's daughter was in the third one.
yeah.
I can't. Maybe I just can't
That's
remember.
the one where he swing Blade around, hit that dude through a pole, hit that dude through a pillar.
Blade 2 is the dude that he was turning people, but
Remember they
like
had the mouths like this.
their mouths came apart like this.
It was Dracula.
No, that's
No.
3. That's Blade Trinity.
I can't
Everything
remember.
in your brain is Blade Trinity.
Everything because that's what I'm having.
Go
Such a
back and
hard
watch it
time.
tonight.
It
Go
says
back and
Donnie
watch it
Yen
tonight.
was in it. Donnie Yen was in it.
Hey, I'm not gonna count.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna count.
What
I
is
will go
wrong?
so
I do
far as
not
to say
remember this.
I will go so far as to say that I enjoy Blade 2 more than Blade 1. I'm not gonna count.
Yeah, I could see that.
I like Blade 2 more than Blade 1. I'm not
The
even
first
gonna count.
Blade
Bro.
was a better movie, but this one it was more fun.
I loved it.
I'm looking at the trailer right now. I don't remember any of this.
What?
Wow.
Please don't tell me. Please don't tell me you haven't seen it though.
I had to have seen it. There's no way I would have. Okay, I remember this part with the goggles.
Ron Perlman was awesome in it too. That reminded saying his name even made me think about.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you an underrated
Sons of
movie
Anarchy.
that y'all should go watch. All right, it's called Coherence.
Coherence.
It's about like it's this group of friends that are out having they're at somebody's home having dinner, and on like a comet crosses the earth, crosses the sky, and then when they leave their house, they don't see any other house but one house, and they see the people in that house are exactly like them. That's the easiest way I can explain it. It's called Coherence.
But before I leave, I'm trying to think of a movie. There was a guy in it it's a time travel movie, and God dog, yeah, I think it's Ethan Hawke. Not Ethan Hawke. What is the name of this movie?
I'll give you one. The Island by Michael Bay. It's got Scarlett Johansson and what's his name from that would be in the Star Wars playing Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Ewan McGregor?
Yeah. It's by Michael Bay.
I really wish I had to put Life on there.
I like Life, man. I swear that thing is that's one of the scariest monsters in a
Yeah,
sci-fi
buddy.
movie I've
Yeah,
ever seen, man.
you talking about horrified, bro? Oh my god! Every time I watch that movie, I'm horrified. Every time, because if that crap was live, can you imagine if it got bigger than it was in the ship, bro? Like
Yeah, but it was bigger towards the end, though.
I would cry real tears. Like I would feel so much doom if that thing was after me, bro. Can you imagine being in a confined space with that thing? That's all
Predestination.
brain.
I'm sorry.
That's
What?
all brain and all muscle at the same time, bro. Like, come on, son. Like
What did you
that's
call it, Danny? What's the name of it?
Predestination.
That's the one Just was telling us to watch.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
He told us about that.
Just,
Yeah, I haven't gotten a chance to see it yet. It's on my
definitely
list.
underrated. I probably
I might start watching that tonight when we finish
Predestination
up
is
the show.
definitely worth the watch. Is Bruce Willis in it? No. That's not the. I don't think so. No, you talking about Looper? Looper was a good one, but I think that
Looper's underrated too.
Bruce Willis was in Looper.
I still didn't understand the end of it. But
How you don't understand the end?
wasn't it a kid that had like superpowers or something like that?
Yeah, he became the bad guy.
Dang, I
Kid
should have put
becomes
Shallows on
kid
here.
Oh,
becomes
okay,
the
yeah.
bad guy in the end, and
That's right.
he wiped himself out.
Had to take the kid out. That's right.
I should have put the Shallows on here too, bro. That movie, I really love that movie.
Yo, shout out to
Shark
Kyrie.
for a shark movie too. Hey,
I like the
Most-
one where what was the one where the two girls were underwater and were getting chased around by the shark and they had the hypoxia.
Oh, you talking about
30 feet below?
yeah,
30,
47
yeah,
feet
something like
below.
47, yeah.
I remember seeing that. I remember seeing that in the theater. Me and Tiana went to see that, and we were like, "Yo, that was legit. That was legit."
The Shallows of shark movies besides Jaws. The Shallows is the best shark movie I've seen since Jaws.
All right, can we decide? What
Wait.
We already.
You can't act like Deep Blue Sea don't exist.
The Shallows, for me personally, I
I
like
like
Shallows
Deep Blue
more
Sea
than Deep
better
Blue
than
Sea.
Shallow, but
Deep Blue Sea had
Deep blues. My head is like a shark's fin.
yeah, that
I don't know what this was, bro. But hey, cool. LL just be doing whatever, bro. He
it's
said,
LL
"Hey,
Cool J, bro. He made us do that.
hey,
You know what I'm saying?
what's the
LL
list
could
for
do
next
that.
week? What's the list for next week, y'all?
What
Did
y'all
we
wanna
already
do?
decide?
We haven't done, have we done a music one? We ain't done a music one in a minute.
Somebody,
Okay.
well, we can't. I was gonna say
Top
top
5
5
Christmas,
underrated albums, but that'd be too
top
hard.
5 Christmas songs. Is it too early for top 5
It's too
Christmas
early
songs?
for that, bro. I mean, number one is if number one isn't all I want
I
for
thought we
Christmas.
did that already. We did
That
that
was not
already.
even making my list.
We did that
What did you
already.
say?
That
What
was
did
not
you
even
say?
making my list.
We
I
did that.
refuse.
I think we did that.
Danny. There's not that much hatred in the world.
All I want for Christmas is a not. I. Mm-mm.
It's okay to like
There's
Mariah
there's,
Carey, dude.
there's
It's
30
okay to
songs
like
I would
Mariah
listen to
Carey.
on Christmas.
You're
Before that,
lying, bro. Are
any
you
version of Silent Night
now?
and any version
You
of
know that I'm darn near a Scrooge.
any
for
version of
Christmas.
Silent Night, I'm listening to.
We already did it.
before
We already
All I
did
Want
it,
for
yo. I think we already did top 5
We
Christmas
might
songs.
have.
You just
What about I got one.
you sus right now, bro.
Hey, I will
Hold
say.
on. I got one.
Beverly, what?
Top 5 debut R&B albums in the last 30 years.
Debut R&B
Bro,
album.
do you know how much we have to? Good God.
My whole list gonna be.
What, Brandy?
Yes.
I mean, she only got one debut.
That's the point. Debut.
Nigga, that's a lot of music, though. All right. I
But that's
mean,
a lot of music. Music Soul Child. Didn't we already do?
No, we didn't do that. We didn't do it.
Well, I had Music Soul Child on something,
I'm
but
telling you, top 5 debut albums in the last 30 years.
debut R&B album.
let the fans decide, bro. That
We'll put up a poll.
Well, you gotta
that's
put
bad research, cuz.
Well, it shouldn't be that much research. It can't be more research than underrated films.
You said R&B albums
in the last 30 years.
Nigga, that's a lot. But all right. Good grief, man.
I'm just saying that I don't think we would all have even close to the same list.
In the last 30 years, this is like
You
This will
already
be
know
groups
Beyonce
too.
is on my list, so
This will be groups too.
You can do groups.
Hey, we'll put it on there. I'll say that's a I'll say that's a good one for now.
Would it be easier for you if we did solo joints,
I
solo
don't care.
R&B album?
Yeah, it's gonna
All
be
right.
hard regardless. I'm about to start looking right now. Matter of fact,
Hey, listen, you got a whole week. You got a week, so no excuses. Now we know.
Mm.
that's
All
a
right,
lot of people.
Is we not count Missy don't count as is
Missy
R&B,
is
right?
hip hop, man.
And Lauren
Hey,
Hill is hip hop too, right?
she got more R&B than hip hop on her album. I'm just saying.
Hey,
But
hey! Don't you dare disrespect Miss
she
Lauren Hill.
does.
Don't you dare, sir. That her album can be hip hop or R&B. It's both. It's Lauren Hill, bro. She do what she want.
I'm just
Don't you
saying.
do that.
And yes,
From what I hear,
William
from
said
what I heard,
Backstreet Boys don't count. All right.
from what I they debut album wasn't that great anyway.
Backstreet in
I mean,
Sync,
they had
Christina
some good ones.
Aguilera, Britney Spears,
Adele.
No,
Adele. Well, no, Adele is. Oh, I guess I
Adele.
don't know.
Adele better be on somebody's list.
Adele, please.
is
She ain't even in
Adele
my top
R&B?
10.
No, shut up.
Ain't Adele pop? Don't she sing pop music?
No,
I
Never
don't
mind.
know.
she sings mostly ballads. Um,
Aaliyah, okay, never mind. Yeah, it's gonna be
Hey,
tough.
listen. Hey,
That's
listen.
tough.
Let's
Let's
do
try
it.
it though.
Let's do it.
All right.
All right,
Hey,
y'all.
Brandy was 1994, so I will say this before I
y'all
leave.
about to make my
Brandy's Christmas album was not good. It was just not good at all.
Did
I
somebody
saw
think it
somebody
was
comment
good?
about it. I saw somebody
She dropped.
comment about it, but I don't know if they were saying anything good. I think they just said Brandy's Christmas album and then had the eyes.
It was just meh. It was just like, I mean, she had some cool like harmonies and stuff on it, but it wasn't. I wasn't really feeling. There's only a couple songs on it.
Speaking
Were
of
decent.
albums, I started listening to Busta's new album. I was very excited about it because Swiss Pharrell and
I just listened to that the T Pain, the single. I just listened to that.
I like to drink with him, the baby, and T Pain.
Yeah,
I will say so far, it's cool. It's not as great as I expected because they did a lot of sampling. Um, so there was another album though that I like. I told you I like Diddy's album.
Hey, hold on real quick. Mark Cuban sold the Mavericks, yo.
He sold majority stake, yeah.
Majority
But
stake.
he still makes all the basketball decisions.
That's crazy.
He has full control over basketball decisions. Still, I saw that earlier today.
That's crazy.
all right, they said before LeBron and Steph get out of here, they trying to sell these teams. That's what Jordan. They say, hey, the whole league gonna have to go through some growing pains because they gotta find some new stars. I think it's gonna be Giannis and somebody,
We got. I
but
mean, they got plenty of
I got
stars.
stars.
they
Giannis,
got stars, but
Tatum.
they don't have superstar like people who are
They
like
they don't have a LeBron.
big outside of they don't got nobody to carry the league like LeBron and Steph have been doing. Um,
Well,
so hey,
I don't know. We'll see.
Giannis is too old
hey,
to do that.
Steph
well,
wasn't Steph
Giannis
until
not
he
too
got
old.
that chip. Once he got the chip, then he became Steph.
But that's what I'm saying. Like they don't have it. There's so much parity in the league right now. I want to say they haven't had a repeat champion since the Warriors, right?
Anthony Edwards
So
might.
Yeah. Anthony Edwards. They
Be on
got
his
quite a
way
few
up.
people, man.
they not.
Zion, if he
They
can
gonna
stay
somebody
healthy.
gonna have to do it. If Giannis, can win another title, he could do it. I think Giannis could do it. He's polarizing enough, and he's willing to go out there and say stuff. But
No,
most of them just ain't willing to, you know, to do the extra stuff.
I'm
The
trying to think of the
pressures of
young. I mean, Wimby. They're gonna try to put stuff on Wimby.
Wemby,
Wimby
yeah.
ain't talking though. Wimby ain't talking to people though. He out there just balling.
Luca.
I don't know.
Luca could do it, but he ain't.
They
Luca's a different type of problem, bro. That I don't like
Yeah.
people don't get that dude his flowers either. That Luca is a problem.
Who ain't? Luca's been that people been talking about Luca for
That dude,
years now.
that dude is a problem. Like he's got the Steve Nash style, but he's just big. It's insane. Like some of the moves I've seen Luca put on people, I'm like, why did that work? Because it's not like he don't be he don't cross you quick, bro. Like you can see it coming, and he still gets it off. And you be like, how, nigga, why? It's crazy. So, but Luka definitely don't get his flowers either. Since we talking about something, don't get flowers. Um, this list of that shit about to be crazy.
I'm telling you. I told you. All right, I gotta get out of here.
I agree, boy. Yeah, I'm about to.
NBA players don't have an edge. I don't know, man. Anthony Edwards.
I want them to build rivalries. We got to talk about that, but I don't know if it'll make it to next week. If it'll
what? What do you want to talk about?
Freaking the leagues are killing sports. Football and basketball. The rules are. There have been
Let's hold on to it to next week.
In the last month, I swear to beans, I've seen LeBron got a tech for pulling up on the rim. Somebody else just got one for. I'm like, yo, what?
Yeah, they're giving that tech. These techs for holding on to. Dudes is trying to land safely.
Somebody got dunked on and stared at old buddy, and they gave him a tech. And I was like, what the? Jason Tatum got a stupid tech the other night.
Yep, for trying to avoid a dude who was hanging on the rim. Yeah,
it's insane. And then football, thank God the GOAT is talking about, you know what I'm saying, how soft it's getting. I mean, God bless, bro. Like, look, all of us don't want to see people get hurt, but all the measures you're doing ain't keeping people from getting hurt. So, and especially for defensive players, what y'all literally just need to play flag football, bro. Like, Tom hit it right on the head. We'll talk about Ray Lewis, James Harrison, them type of players that you throw it in the middle if you want. You know what I'm saying? Throw it up, do it. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
nah, you can't do that no more.
Yeah, hey,
nah,
that's football.
I don't mind.
That's football, bro.
I don't mind like they kind of trying to legislate the head hunting out. Like I don't mind that
as long as you don't hit. If you're not purposefully hitting them in the head with your head.
Well, what they need to do, in my opinion, is they have like a group of people watching the games that aren't there who can call in and be like, no, y'all got that wrong. So like if somebody does, like, let's say they lead with their shoulder and they hit the dude and like his head ricochet back and they throw the flag because they think it's head to head. If they just have those people who are watching go and buzz in and be like, nah, I hit him with the shoulder, and then pick up the flag, then I think it makes it easier it makes the game easier to watch, and then it encourages people to hit correctly. Because right now, dudes are just hitting because they don't know what to do.
It's bad. And what they're trying to do isn't working as it is. So they need to look at adjusting something, because football is football, man. We're not saying, if people are like Vontae Burfict, the way he used to do, none of us want to see that. All of us knew that dude was specifically aiming to like very harshly hurt people. You know what I'm saying? Like in whatever means it was possible. Part of that is still football, but I just don't like that they're just the taunting stuff. It's too much, bro. Like last year when our game with the Falcons, DJ Moore makes the most amazing game-ending play that I've seen in a long time. It's up there with like I think the most amazing game-winning play I've seen recently is still D-Hop. That catch. Oh my God. Anyway, but DJ makes an amazing catch, and then they take it back. It was nonsense. Anyway, it's getting too soft. I'm gonna save it for next week. We'll see y'all next week. R&B. What are we doing? R&B.
Top 5
debuts.
Debut R&B albums. Debut in the last 30 years. That means 1994. Right? Am I doing that right?
1993.
1993. So from 1993 to now, all of R&B. Good luck. Good luck.
We'll see y'all next week.
I might have my list right now. Peace.
Whatever. We'll see y'all next week. Love y'all. Keep telling people about us, and we'll see y'all next Tuesday. Appreciate y'all for coming through. like always.